Hello everybody. Hey. How is everybody doing? Welcome to Tea Time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, it's your story, our conversation with a cuppa. So right now I am joined with a very special guest. You guys might know him as the king of ginger because he's really ginger in the scene at the moment. He's doing it. I'm here with Sona, man.
It's your boy Sona.
Yay. So how was your day? How was it getting here? Was it stressful? Was it not?
Still.
Yeah.
Well, it's been alright. How's your day been?
It's been okay. A bit long, a bit tired, but it's been okay.
It's good. You're working.
Yeah, I am working. As you are too after this. You're leaving to the studio.
Yeah, I'm going to the studio.
What are you off to do there?
I'm going to do a remix for a song that I'm not going to talk about right now.
Shh, you can't share, not even on Tea Time. So I'm just going to start by asking, what or who is your biggest motivation?
My biggest motivation is my family. They give me the strength to keep pushing. I want to work for them, really.
That's great. That kind of goes to my second question, which was, would you say you're family orientated?
Yeah, 100%.
Why would you say that? Tell me more.
Because I was brought up in a house where family is everything, really. Even where I go to church, it's like a family as well.
It is.
You get me?
It is a family. That's great. I was also going to ask you, now I'm not sure many people know this, but we're actually joined with a very special guest. We've got a little guest coming. Nay, would you like to come forward? Come.
This way.
Come. Don't be shy. Aww. Say hello to everyone. Say hello to the camera.
Hello.
Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Tea Time.
Welcome to Tea Time.
Good girl.
All right, now say bye to Daddy.
Bye, Daddy.
All right, we'll see you later. Say bye.
Bye.
Blow a kiss. Mwah. Aww. Right, so we know that, hope she caught it. We know that you were away for a bit, and you might have missed some pivotal moments. Now, I want to ask, firstly, how did that make you feel? And secondly, what were the things that you wanted to do as soon as you got out? What was it? What were the experiences you wanted to live and enjoy with her?
Obviously, I missed out on a couple of her birthdays, but it was like when I was coming out, her next birthday was coming up straight away, so I had to make sure that I come out on time to make sure I made her birthday. But yeah, I was happy that day still. Cause she was just like a little princess in her pink and that. Got a couple of videos on my phone. I was just happy to be there, really. So what I'm trying to do now that I'm out is just be with her a lot more.
Spend time with her.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I also wanted to ask the couple of last questions we have. What are the values and morals that you want to instill in her?
The values that my dad and mum instilled in me, really.
And
just
what are those?
Family is everything, and obviously I'm gonna impose the feeling that I have.
She actually said one today. She said, Daddy told me to not talk to boys. No, she said no kissing boys.
Yeah, she got this voice.
To what age? Never.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Still. Yeah, but another thing that I would impose on her is just that she should never stop. She should keep trying for what she wants to do. Obviously, I'm going to tell her, right, she's got to do this, but even if she wants to do something else, she should make me understand and keep trying.
Would you want her to go into music as well, following her father's footsteps?
Really.
No.
Nah.
So a doctor or a lawyer?
Yeah, something like that.
That's good, that's great. And my last question is, I just wanted to ask, from a father's point of view, what would you like her to say about you? Say now, or say in like 20 years when someone asks, who is your father to you? What's the most important thing you'd have her say about you?
To be honest, I would just want her to say that she loves me.
Aww.
I swear that made me happy. But apart from that, yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm a good person and I looked after her.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Well, guys, there you have it. Sona Man in action. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, if you have anything else you'd like to see, leave it down in the comments below. And we'll see you soon.
Trust.
See you later. Bye. Hello everybody. Hey. Welcome to Tea Time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to my tea party. I'm here with some very lovely people. I'll just leave them to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name's Titi. No, joking. It's your boy Sona.
For those who don't know, I'm an Afrobeats artist based in the UK.
I doubt nobody doesn't know, but yeah, there you go.
Hi everyone, my name is Dale. I'm an aspiring actress and TV show presenter.
Hi everyone, I'm Adrian. I'm a musician based in London also.
Hi, Adrian.
Hey, sir.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here right now. So I want to start by asking this question. Well, what we're going to be talking about is the issue of absent fathers in the Black community. So, right, the question I'm going to start by asking is, what are the factors that you think make having a father figure or having a dad in the household, what are the factors that make it so important?
For me personally, it was like obviously having somebody to look at while I was growing up, somebody to emulate. Obviously, without that being there, you wouldn't really know how to emulate a man if you're a boy. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, really.
Okay. Any other perspectives?
I think naturally within like a household, the woman provides like nurture and the man provides discipline. You know, well, from a maybe Caribbean perspective. So I suppose that may be one of the factors that
Discipline.
Discipline. Also, it's like, as Sona is saying, it's about someone you emulate. You know, a woman can teach you the theory about being a man, but in terms of its practicality and what being a man is, I don't think a woman is able to necessarily be able to say, yeah, you know, this, but she can train a man. You know, to say that a woman cannot do that.
So she can raise a man, but...
Yeah, she can raise a man, but...
There's certain things that
women cannot show men. Do you get it? And so I feel like that's some of the factors that are important when we talk about things like that.
Do you guys mind listing the things that a woman might not be able to necessarily show?
Ooh. Like for me, I'm thinking conflict resolution. I think.
Okay.
I think for men and for women, conflict can be for a large part of it anyway. Conflict resolution is something that is very different in terms of the way that women handle things and how men may handle things. You know, men. I don't want to generalize.
I was trying to say that we're loud mouths with angry Black women, or what is it?
I never generalize, but I feel like a lot of the time, men's natural kind of instinct when it comes to conflict resolution is more violent than a woman's approach.
Okay,
So a woman, say for example, your son comes home, he's got an issue at school, you know, perhaps a woman's the natural approach to that is not a violent one of how to fight and how to X and how to Y and how to Z, you know, but whereas a father may be able to be like, yo, look, this is how you punch and this is how you... Don't get me wrong, women do that anyway. You get it? In this day and age, women do that. But I'm talking about in terms of like, maybe historically and naturally, if we're talking about nature versus nurture, kind of thing.
Definitely what he said.
Right, there. What is the importance of having a father in the house?
I'm going to kind of talk a bit about myself.
Girl, that is why you're on the table.
Yeah, so I grew up without a father. So I would say I can't really answer that question. However, I feel like there's like a bond that fathers and daughters have that I feel like I possibly didn't get. And there was just something missing for me personally, like not having my dad around. Like, you know, when you look at other people and you see them with their dads and their mums and you just think, oh, like I wish I had that. You see dads like playing with their daughters and you're just like, oh, like I didn't get that. And when I talk to my dad now, I feel like I missed out on a lot of things. I missed out on a good relationship. So you managed to
reconnect with your dad?
Yeah, definitely. Like, we've got a good relationship now. Well, he wasn't around for a very long time, so didn't speak to him, didn't see him for a long time. But now we talk and there's a bond and there's something there, like when we have a chat and maybe like when he compliments me, like when I'm looking cute, when I want to go out, like, 'cause my dad's not in this country, my dad's in America, so like sometimes I just FaceTime him, like maybe when I'm out, when I'm going, I'm like, oh, how do I look? And he's like, oh, you look beautiful, and I'm just like, oh my god, like my dad just said I look cute. Like no one else can tell me that I don't look pretty or I don't look nice because my dad's just told me that I'm beautiful. Do you know what I mean?
I love that. So it shows the importance of having a father in the house. Judith was saying something that she saw on, I think it was World Star Hip Hop. Judith, do you want to just relay the story? And if you guys just listen and then tell me what your opinions are of what she's about to say.
So basically there was a a young guy. He has a baby mum, so he's going to pick up his his child from his baby mum's house. So when he's there, he sees bruises on his child's face, and he confronts his baby mum, and he's like, "Oh, so you've kind of done this to my son, or what happened?" And the girl was just like, "Yeah, I did it, and so what?"
Wow.
So yeah, that's literally what happened.
Starting with the guys, how would that make you feel?
I think, I feel like if that was me, I would be in prison. I feel like when it comes to literally my child.
It's your child.
Like when you think of it, like your child is an extension of you, right? So it's like our jobs is there to protect our children. And I feel like for any parent, mother or father, like your first instinct is to always protect your child. So if there's a situation where you and the other parent are not together and you go to see your child, you're active in that child's life, you're active in the protection of that child's life, and you go and you see danger that has happened to that child, it's almost like an attack to you as a parent, because it's like you couldn't protect your child from that. But then to know that it's the parent that should be co-protecting that child with you, that is the cause of that, like how do you not lose your mind over that? For me, I would probably lose my mind. I don't know. I'll go mad.
I'm shaking.
For me, I think it was her reaction of not caring. As you said, like, that is your child and you're the mother. If anything, it should be the father to not say I don't care, but not to feel as strong. And you go and say,
why do you say that?
I don't agree with
feel like
that.
you're just making an assumption.
but then you call it making an assumption, but then as a mother, it's your child, as you said, it's an extension of you.
Why am I going to
that's your child too? No, but then the women, where some women are, we're seen as softer people, more feminine in our ways, as you said. We're not violent. So for me, I wouldn't say I don't care. What's I don't care? That is my child.
You have to remember. I feel like largely, that's why I kind of not wanted to generalize at first, is because different circumstances affect people differently. I feel like my mother always said, growing up is 7 sisters, 7 different minds, and what that means is what I would do doesn't necessarily mean my sister would do the same just because we're sisters.
True. True.
So just because you're a woman doesn't necessarily mean that your nurture and your nature and how you see things and how you connect to even your own child is the same as how every woman would connect to that child, and the reality is I'm glad that story was brought up, because oftentimes it's always the father that we see in popular culture as being the neglectful or the negligent parent.
You're kind of reading off the story. What is it? You're reading my question. What is it? Carry on.
Sorry,
I love it.
It's oftentimes what we see is bad fathers, and this is a perfect story to talk about bad mothers, and they do exist. So
what was it? Was it like, was she trying to discipline her child, or was it?
No, the child was a toddler, so like in a baby seat.
What? So wait, what was the reason behind the?
I don't think there was a reason.
And you can hear that the boy was crying. The father, he was literally crying, trying to keep his tears, and like I'm guessing he was just really frustrated. But I think he probably wanted to hit him maybe. But you just kind of have to restrain yourself because it's still a mother of your child. But he literally was crying and panicking.
That doesn't even make sense.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
And this just goes. This was like my next point to make, my next question to ask. Sometimes in the law is more in favor for the women, for the mothers, in terms of having custody over the child.
The law wouldn't be in favor of that, though.
No, they wouldn't. But then I'm saying
in general.
And doesn't this mean, for women who, as you said, some women might not have the same connection as a typical woman would have with their child. Now, how does this make fathers who want to be fathers, but because the law is not in custody of them having full custody, is not in support of them having full custody of their own child? How does this, what are your opinions on this? What do you guys think about this?
Obviously, it's not fair, isn't it? Obviously, I know some people that want to be involved with their children, but their baby mums have got custody, and the law helps them when the baby mum is not in any sort of shape or form to be looking after the child. I think it's nuts that the law looks at it like that. You got to look at the perspective of both sides. Like you said, everyone's different, so you can't just look and generalize it. That's how I feel anyway.
What do you feel like is, as, okay, you're not a parent, but then let's just think we had children now. What do you feel like we should be teaching our children's generation? Because face it or not, like I don't know if you guys want to have children, but face it or not, we're gonna have.
Yeah.
How many?
Many.
But then, what should we do as parents in order to change this stigma or this mentality that the law is not always going to be in my favor, as a black person, as a person of color?
That is a loaded question. That's a very loaded question, and I draw my reference from a book. I would heavily suggest everyone in the black community read it. It's a book by Michelle Alexander. It's called The New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Colorblindness. And so what she basically touches on is she touches on the fact that the law, it basically acts as a new form of slavery. So what we have is a lot of black men that are basically... So in pop culture, we have this kind of horrible idea that black men do not father their kids. Do you get it?
Yeah.
That's generally come from like American TV. And so what we have is we have this mentality in the black community that somehow we don't father our kids, even though the statistics probably don't back that up, right? And then they also don't acknowledge the fact that a lot of the reasons why a lot of these black kids don't have fathers is because they are in prison for minor offenses, right? So I can understand, going back to your question, I can understand why there's such a general mistrust of the government, because in our community, generally, the government, the police system, they do not work for us, you know? So it's difficult for us, it's difficult for me to say as a parent, I would say, this is how you trust the government, because ultimately, they will grow up and they'll see the government for itself. Do you get it? I've grown up and I've seen the government for myself. Of course, circumstances are different, and some people, you know, they've never had an issue with the government. You know, it's always provided what they needed. Other families are different. I feel like for the vast majority of coloured people, especially in this country, it will be on the opposite end of the spectrum, right? I feel like for us what we need to do is we need to train our children to be not think that the government and these institutions are going to change on its own, but rather that we must be the ones that change them. Do you get it? So we need to be the ones that go and teach. We need to encourage our children to be teachers. And even though both of us are musicians, there's nothing wrong with being a musician. If that is your passion, that's your passion. But we need to teach more people. We need more scientists. We need more police. We need more law enforcement. We need more black children and youth in politics. We need more
to stand as an example.
We need more of us in these institutions if we actually want our children to grow up and feel like we can trust those institutions.
Wow, that's sound.
Yeah.
So one of the last questions. What can you say? One of the last questions I was going to ask is, so everyone knows there's this funny phrase going on, and it's so popular now. Men are trash. Now, have you never heard of it? You have never heard men are trash.
Yeah, right.
You've never heard men are trash.
Is that a I don't know.
He's acting. Come on.
He must
No. I'm actually with him. I don't know. I'm wondering where that comes from. No, why? Why am I trash?
Wait. They don't know that.
What is it, Twitter or something?
That's
Twitter, everywhere.
Why are you entertaining this?
This is
Let
brought
God strike me down if I'm like.
God don't do it.
I've never heard that.
Right, so there's this, it's going around, men are trash.
Wow.
So now I've brought this to the table of discussion because I feel like this needs to be, I don't know if it needs to be changed. I don't know if it should be, I personally don't think it should be supported. But then we have examples, as you said, the media and maybe social media, just the society shines the light on men who are not doing as they should be doing, who are not responsible. This is what makes people say, some people say men are trash, you know, guy cheats on girlfriend, guy doesn't be a good father, men are trash. Do you guys think, what do you guys think about the statement? How do you make you guys feel as men?
I feel like it's ridiculous. Personally, I feel like it's ridiculous. And I feel like there's so many good guys out here.
No.
You don't know every man in the world.
Yeah, we know.
You associate yourself with.
I mean,
It's whoever you associate. Every man you know is trash.
Do you know what? I actually don't agree with the statement. I genuinely feel like
I don't agree with it.
It's a stupid statement, and I feel like everyone kind of just jumps in. Like every little thing, men are trash, men are trash, men are trash. People are trash in general, men and women. People are trash.
Quality.
That's just. I feel like sometimes the phrase I feel like is used as a joke. Like everyone just says it. Like every little thing is. It's a stupid statement, and because people are encouraging it, it then makes stupid things happen. Do you know what I mean? Like people say, "Oh, men are this, men are that." Of course, you're gonna have like
stereotype.
It's just stupid.
Of men in general.
And the thing is, I don't think it's of men in general, because most people that will probably say that are not talking about like white men. They're not talking about.
I don't think they are.
They will not be talking about white men.
Why are they not talking about white men?
Because let's be real, you know, you might see a 1 or a 2 sprinkling of white people on there talking rubbish about men.
You're the
trash.
sprinkling.
But I mean, generally, I feel like this whole men are trash movement, as you call it, is probably perpetuated by black people. It's probably black Tria, and I feel like it's just it perpetuates a very negative stereotype, because as Sona said, you've never met every man on the planet. You get it? And so how can you really make that statement? And for me, it's like I believe in like speaking things into existence. Do you get it? So it's like if I'm out here being like, yo, every woman that every girl I've had before cheats on me, therefore all chicks are just cheaters. What the hell am I attracting? The next thing, you know, those insecurities, you may not know it, but your spouse picks up on those things. You get it? And eventually what happens is you're basically giving them sly signals to go and do what you want them to do. So you may say, all women are cheaters. And therefore when she cheats, you get mad because you've told her to go and cheat. So what now do you expect? So if you're out here saying, men are trash, who do you think are going to come to you to prove a point that men are trash?
But
not
really,
when
that doesn't help the situation.
When
you say men are trash, does that help the situation?
No, I'm trying to say when that's all you know, or when that's all you've experienced, or when that's all most people around you, your friends, your mum, even your mum will tell you don't rely on men, don't trust men. It kind of reaffirms the fact that men are trash.
But it's not a fact though, and I feel like that's what we need to stop. It's not a fact. It's not a fact.
It's an opinion.
It's an opinion that is reiterated and regurgitated, and it's eaten and it's vomited, and it just keeps coming up, and it's very bad. Like since being in kind of in the public spectrum, I've seen a lot of tweets that go around going like, protect Adrian, like we need more men like Adrian. And no. And on a general basis, no. I appreciate the compliments, right? But at the same time, I feel like it's a disservice to really good men out there. There's a lot of really good men out there, and the reality is, like I've also seen on top of that, if only I could have a man that had like more aggressive tendencies but had the patience of Adrian. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, so you want an aggressive male who are probably going to have the negative tendencies that you don't want, but you want somebody like me. Do you get it? So it's like you don't even know what you want. You're saying you want a good man, but you will not look in the direction of a good man should he come there, simply because he doesn't kind of fit these negative stereotypes that you're probably attracted to. And I feel like that's why the whole men are trash thing is stupid. Your brain is trash. Hey. Your brain is trash.
Any opinions?
Yeah, man, that's liberties, man. You can't trust. Nah, obviously, personally, I've been bad before, but you grow up in it and you change. You get me? So you can't label a man and say he's trash. You know what I'm trying to say? And nobody's gonna be trash forever. Well, some people are, but some people
People change. People change.
Yeah. I agree.
And I
it's just a statement. Like, it's just
we say it with banter.
Yeah, that's how actually. But I feel like people have blown it out of proportion. I think when a lot of people say it
spoils people.
Yeah, but then I feel like,
because
like you said,
who was it that said? Sorry, no. Because which one of you? I can't remember. Somebody said that it's reiterated by parents. Think of it like think of children as sponges for certain instances, right?
You soak up.
You soak up. So it goes back to two things. So it goes back to the statement that about being raised and hearing your mother say men are trash and whatever. And then it goes back to kind of not having that father figure in your house, right? Because it's like,
if you had
imagine you're growing up in a house where you're constantly hearing that men are trash. You already have kind of a negative view of men and their behaviors anyway.
Exactly.
And then when it comes to like not having father figures, those messages that you hear as a child, it turns into insecurities, as I was saying before, right? And the role of a father, on top of being there to be disciplinarian and all of that kind of cultural stuff, and just being a strong force and showing their position in there is to show you what you are supposed to want in a man.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? And so if you grow up in a house where you always hear your mum's struggling or she's saying negative things about men, straight away you start to kind of think, so as though you're saying it in banter, for children growing up hearing that kind of stuff, it becomes them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, as much as it can be funny, it can be banter, we have to kind of be mindful of how our banter kind of can affect the future generations, because we want black people to be having babies for the next 500 years, Like, let's be real.
What Adrian said.
All right, guys, thank you so much to all of you for coming to my tea party. I hope you viewers at home enjoyed. If you have any questions, leave them down below. What do you think about these statements? What do you think about these stereotypes? What do you think in general? Let us know down below. And yeah, guys, any more things you want to say? Any more things you want to add?
Sonny, you go first.
Any advice for the young people watching at home?
Stay in school.
Amen. And read.
Read.
Black children, you guys need to read. Read some books. Read some books. Stay away from the nonsense.
The ones that don't read some books, because there's some that do read books.
It's true.
Even if you read books, read the right books. I'll tell you some books.
So guys, find Adrian and add him on Twitter. Adrian, what's the right book?
Michelle Alexander, A New Jim Crow, Mass Incarceration in the Age of Color Blindness. I would suggest anybody to read that. It's an amazing book. Amazing book.
That's good. Okay.
Live life and be happy. I'm trying to say my last words here.
Don't mind. Look at them, man. Look at them.
Gosh, that's what they say when I'm trash. But yeah, just be happy and live life. Enjoy the sun.
Amen.
I love it. I love it. Well, guys, we're going to leave you now. We hope you enjoyed this segment. See you later.
Laters.
Bye.
Bye. Next time on Tea Time.
There's loads of things that can lead to depression, but especially things associated with black people, like as you were saying, the black boys